Hello friends, in this session of biology we are going to start with a new section, that is ecology and environment. And the first chapter in this section is organisms and populations that we are going to discuss today. So before we begin this section, we must know what exactly is ecology and what is the meaning of environment. The term ecology was first used by a German biologist, Ernst Haeckel, in 1866. This word ecology has been derived from the combination of two words. The first word is oikos, which means house in Greek, and the second word is logi, which means study. So we can define ecology as that branch of science which is related with the study of relationship of the living organisms with their environment and also with each other. Ecology is also sometimes referred to as bionomics. It includes the study of various types of organisms, their adaptations, their geographical distributions and abundance, development of various communities and their structures, natural cycles, their rhythms, etc. The second word in the name of this chapter is environment. The environment of an organism roughly refers to its surroundings, which includes all the living as well as the non-living, or we can say biotic and abiotic factors. The environment encompasses all the physical, chemical and biological factors that affect the organism. The organism interacts with its environment by the exchange of mass, energy and some other properties. So as we proceed with this discussion on ecology and environment, let us get acquainted with few other terms also which we are going to frequently use in this section and in this chapter as well. The first such term is species. Species is the most fundamental unit of biological classification and the lowest taxonomic rank in the biological hierarchy. We can define a species as a group of organisms which are capable of interbreeding to produce fertile offspring. This point is important because as we know that a horse and a donkey are known to interbreed, but the offspring they produce, that is a mule, is not fertile, it is infertile. Therefore, a donkey and a horse are not going to belong to a single species. All the members of a species are characterized by similarity in their morphologies, DNA, that is their genetic material, and ecological niche. Next term is population. A collection of organisms belonging to the same species and inhabiting the same geographical area constitute a population. Two different populations cannot occupy the same niche at the same time. We can observe various processes such as competition, cooperation, predation, etc. in a population. That part or geographical area of the environment which is inhabited by a particular type of organism or a population, we can say, is known as a habitant. It is the environment in which the organism lives, interacts with it, and in turn is affected by it. Several populations may share a habitat. For example, many aquatic populations can coexist in a pond. So that pond can be termed as a shared habitat. Niche. We have used this term earlier as well. It describes the relative position of an organism or its population in the ecosystem. It describes how an organism responds to various ecological factors such as the distribution of resources in its environment, competition faced by it from other organisms of the same species or different species, and the effect the organism itself has on those factors. The next term is ecosystem, which was first used by Tensley in 1935. Ecosystem comprises of the biotic or the living factors as well as the abiotic or the non-living components of the biological environment of a particular geographical area. These components interact with each other through flow of energy and material. An ecosystem is always characterized by well-defined trophic cycles and energy flow. As we discussed earlier, ecosystem has two types of components: the abiotic or the non-living components of the ecosystem, which include inorganic substances such as chemicals, gases, water, organic substances like humus, nutritional compounds such as fats, proteins, and climatic factors like soil, light, temperature, salinity, etc. The living components are known as the biotic components, which can be classified into three types: the autotrophs, heterotrophs, and the decomposers. Autotrophs produce food materials such as plants, heterotrophs which depend on autotrophs for their nutrition, and decomposers which survive on dead autotrophs and heterotrophs and their waste material. We are going to discuss these biotic components in detail in this chapter later. The ecosystems can be classified into two types: the natural ecosystems and the artificial ecosystems, or we can say man-made ecosystems. Natural ecosystems are further of two types: terrestrial ecosystems, which are found on land, and aquatic ecosystems found in water. Aquatic ecosystems are of two types. First is the marine ecosystems, and the second type is freshwater ecosystem. Freshwater ecosystem is again of three types: lentic ecosystems found in slow or standing water, low-tech ecosystems found in fast-moving water, and wetlands found in areas in which the soil is saturated with water.